Woo! All right, we'll turn off the music real quick. All right, hey everybody, welcome to, let me get the screen going here. Boom. Hey everybody, welcome to Young Money Investments again. My name is Bennion, and today we are going to kind of have a little bit of a recap from some of my call outs and kind of patterns and things like that I had called out earlier on in the week. I want to say must have been Monday. I don't think I posted a video Tuesday. So this is going to be kind of a recap of I think it's four different companies if I remember right. And kind of what I'm seeing and kind of the patterns and everything that I had called out before, and kind of a recap, make sure that some of those are still holding and some of those are still a good swing trade. A couple of them would have been good day trades, but they're still holding the pattern for good swing trades. So we are going to get rolling into it. First off, one of the things I wanted to kind of mention right now is I'm still trying to get more followers. So if you would like to please subscribe and everything like that, that would help me out tremendously. I'm trying to get up to 100 followers or 100 subscribers, I think is what it's called. And at that point, I'll probably do kind of like a bio video about myself and kind of how I got started in trading and things like that, and kind of introduce myself to people that I don't necessarily know. But I'm really glad that the channel is helping a lot of you. I get text messages and I get DMs and all sorts of stuff from everybody saying how much the channel's helping them out. And so I'm really glad that these things that I'm doing are helping on a consistent basis. But yeah, let's jump into it. Let's roll into it really quick and get going here. So I will minimize this here, and we'll just drop this down over here. Pull this screen up over here, and I think we're good. I think we're good now. So there are a couple different stocks that I wanted to kind of go over real quickly with everybody. The first one I know that you guys probably saw on my video from Monday was Tesla. And so I wanted to kind of recap that and kind of let everyone know how it's playing out. So the chart pattern was just like I expected. So there was resistance right here at about 316. It has been breaking right below that and kind of consolidating. If we zoom in and everything and look at this right here. So had that consolidation down to about 310. 310, I said anywhere between 305 to 315 is where you're going to see a lot of consolidation and stuff like that. So that was pretty dang spot on, and you're going to see it's kind of trending below the golden VWAP and everything like that. We had a nice run the other day. Gave us, I mean, it took you from lows of 309, 308-ish, all the way up to highs of 322. We did experience a little bit of a sell-off today, but if you notice, the exponential moving average, or EMA line right here, has been used as support. So that was really great. This was the little wick that it ended up touching the EMA line, and it did not break below that. So that's a great sign of the confirmation. If you also take a little bit more of a zoom out pattern, whoops, I don't need the line right here. I think, where was I going? I was going to talk about the SMA line, but we're not going to worry about that. I want to get through these stocks as quick as possible for everybody because I know you don't have a whole lot of time. But Tesla, like I said, is still looking like a great buy. I like buying. I think I'm average costed in right around 312 for the number of shares that I have. I'm hoping, potentially either this will hold on that EMA line and continue to trend up and use this support. I mean, it's perfect. I mean, the EMA line is acting as support. The this support line that I had drawn in right here at about 316 is also acting as support through this. So we could even take this and draw a line kind of continuing out our support. And you'll notice it's still holding now on that day with 1 day, bouncing potentially. We'll see what happens tomorrow. If we have a sell-off, that's not going to hold as support, and it will continue to drop down below probably anywhere between 310-ish into that $300 price range. So that is a possibility. That's something that could happen and everything with it. But as far as everything is looking right now, it's looking that this is going to be support, and we should be able to see a ride back up somewhere in this area. I'm going to probably end up selling out somewhere right at about 335-ish. Just because of the play factor. I mean, from, like I said, if I'm at 312 averaged in, and I will probably take another, probably another $10,000 to $15,000 position in this. It offers a potential for profit of roughly an additional 7%. So for me, those numbers are great. I mean, I'll take a 7% play on this and take my profits and run. The next company that we're going to take a look at here is one that one of my friends had asked me about, and that was JDST. JDST was one that I had recommended earlier on in the week, and that I wouldn't recommend getting into right now. So if you look at JDST, you can see I had quite a bit of charting and everything that I've done here. If you've noticed, there's been quite a bit of sell-off that's happened as of recently. It's trended below the EMA line, it's broke through your SMA line, and it just continues to go down. Now, for a day trade, maybe that's not a bad play because you can see the chart patterns pretty consistently in JDST because it is an ETF. But if you're looking at a swing trade on this, you're really not going to see a great play in this. So what I see going on with this, I see it being able to have a sell-off somewhere right around 50. I see it being able to sell off somewhere. Let me actually zoom out. Okay, this is actually a good spot. Well, no, it's not. Take that back. Why on earth? Okay, there we go. Okay, I see it being able to come back down somewhere into that $49, $50 price range, and continue to trend down. It's completely broke support right here. It was holding, and as of the last couple days, it's completely broke support. So if you're in this, I mean, you would have to take it a long ways, and so you have to figure out, is it worth your time and holding it or not? But at this point, I would say it's not a good time to get in. I would want to see it kind of trend down here, like I said, in the low $50 price range before I was willing to buy that. And then obviously making sure that the EMA line is trending up. Your SMA line is still in an uptrend pattern, but as it continues to sell off, we're going to probably start seeing a peak pattern, a peak and then a downtrend in that. But again, that's going to have to be seen with the subsequent days and what happens with the trades on JDST. Next one we're going to go into is Overstock. That is OSTK is the ticker symbol. And looking at Overstock right here, I can't believe I have no patterns drawn on this. But we're going to put in a pattern. We're going to put in a trend line right here. We're going to put in another trend line right here. The heck was that? Trend line, and then you can see one as well right in here is looking pretty good. And that's not exactly perfect. I'd probably kind of readjust that top line of support there. But what I would say, looking at overstock.com, just like I had called it out and everything, you saw it reach right after earnings that trough. I mean, it totally took that dip, came down, looks like it's trending up. If we get a little bit closer look at this trend line here, it is trending above the EMA line, which is looking good. You do have that SMA line that is trending down right now because of that overall sell-off that we experienced prior to earnings, and then obviously right before earnings, and then it's starting to bounce after earnings. I never recommend buying before earnings because even if a company has a good earnings report, there's all the time that a company will still have a sell-off because people love to buy the rumor and sell the news, and so a lot of people will try and take profits before the earnings reports come out. So I don't love buying in before, but if you can see a consistent uptrend pattern, and especially where you're seeing it kind of hold above that EMA line, it's not a bad spot to end up obviously looking at right now. Sorry about the phone call there. But basically what we're going to do then, that's my pattern with Overstock. I'm going to continue to hold it and everything like that. Let's go into, and hopefully once this phone call ends, then I can get my FaceTime back going here. Overstock was another one, and then we are going to look at OLED was another one that I have been pretty happy with. That's showing a good little bounce off of the EMA line as well. Okay, looks like we came back there. Um, if you look at this, OLED obviously has had quite a downtrend. Like I said, you've seen quite a bit of consolidation here in the past where it's held on this support line right here around $108. It did have a drop all the way down to 104, which was a little bit scary if you ask me. But if you take this and highlight this pattern here, you'll notice that we had quite a bit of uptrend and everything. You're seeing a little bit of consolidation right here. If we really zoom in on this, it's trending and holding right at the EMA line. So for me right now, it still is looking at a good buy place. Maybe we'll have a little bit where it might come back down and revalidate down here at $108. But even if you were to buy in right here, you're looking at a buy-in of somewhere around, a ride of about 15.87%. That is a massive upside potential that we have here in OLED. So you got to ask yourself, do you want to wait and see what happens and potentially buy it back in down here at the dip? If you do, that offers you a potential additional 6.24%, which is big. But again, you have about 16% of an upside potential from where it's currently trending at, which I think is awesome. I don't see any reason to sell out of this position yet. It's doing exactly the things that I was kind of expecting it to do. If I do end up writing this, what I'm most likely going to do is write it from where it's at now up to about 100. I'll probably write it into about 132-ish. We're going to see some consolidation as you've seen right over here. If it is able to break above the trend line right here, I might end up buying back in and writing it up here. We're looking at about another gain of about 7% roughly from the time I buy back in. So this shows great upside potential and everything like that. I like this company. I don't know a whole lot about them, but I like the pattern and everything like that. And from what I do know about the company, OLED screens are a big part of the future for the next several years. I don't think because Apple is making their own screens that it's going to take away any business anytime soon, at least. And so I think being able to swing this, we have a great opportunity. Last stock that I'm going to take a look at on here is Facebook. Now, Facebook has continued to have this massive sell-off. Boy, if you would have bought down here and rode this up to here, you're looking at about 13, probably 14% profit. Potential for profit on Facebook. Now, if we zoom in a little bit closer on Facebook here, I bought right down in here. I think I'm averaged in, actually, I think I'm averaged in a little bit higher. I'm probably averaged in right around $169 or so on Facebook with a $20,000 position in them. Right now, it's a little bit scary, to be quite honest with you. I don't see this being a great buy opportunity. I probably should, and what I probably will do is end up selling out right up here around, we're right here at resistance. I'm expecting tomorrow to have a little bit of a sell-off where it will come back down here. We are trending above the EMA line, but the EMA is still trending down. What I would look for is a good day trade with Facebook, where if you can buy it somewhere down here, like today you had a dip to 167.85. If you could buy on the dip and write it up, you are looking at a potential for profit of about 3% on a day trade. So you got to ask yourself again, day trade, I could make 3.85% off of one play in one day. If you can grow your account 4% every month, that's massive. 4% every week, pardon me. 4% every week is great. Most people and most long-term investors are happy making 10 to 12% every year. So ask yourself, if you could make 4% in one day off of that trade with a very large cap blue chip company that's worth billions of dollars, that to me is a great trade, and it's a very safe bet. Because if you do, for some reason, as a new investor, end up buying in at a bad time and you end up writing it down a little bit, if you're one of those that do not want to cut your losses right away and you have the ability to leave your money in that company, I think it's great because I do see a good long-term potential with Facebook. They generated over $39.7 billion last year in ad revenue. This is a massive company. It's not going anywhere. People say, oh, younger kids are not using Facebook as much anymore. They own Instagram. Everyone loves Instagram. Facebook will continue to be the #1 social networking platform for years to come. At least that's my opinion and everything. So I think this offers a great potential for a day trade. I wouldn't recommend probably getting in this for a swing trade until you start getting right here above the trend line, probably somewhere right around $173. So that is my plays for the day. If you have any other questions or anything like that, please feel free to leave those down in the comments section. Smash that like button and everything down there for me. I would appreciate the thumbs up, the new subscribers and things like that. I want to interact with you guys a little bit more, and so I'd love the comments and things like that. I'm excited to keep doing this channel. I've loved the success that it's had so far. The channel's not so big, but I like the excitement that it's generated in my friends and family around me. So I'm going to keep doing it. Hopefully you want to stay around for the ride and everything like that. So thanks so much for tuning into Young Money Investments, and I will see you guys, well, probably tomorrow. I'll probably see you guys tomorrow. So anyway, see you guys later. Bye. Ain't gonna stop. I see the popo behind me. Ain't gonna stop. I see the popo behind me.